Oh, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna dropped a random celebration tour behind the scenes backstage video, and I'm like, is this in response to the rumors that she's toxic backstage and she was really horrible? Because I saw an article about that, and supposedly there were videos circling around that someone from the crew had put out showing her basically being abusive to staff. Now, I haven't seen any of these videos. I have seen no proof of any of this, but we all know she's an absolute bitch, and she's a tyrant backstage, and we've all seen in bed with Madonna, and she didn't get any better as she got older. She just got worse, and I've heard some horror stories, and I've seen a couple of things in person actually, which I can't comment on. God damn it, so I don't want to hurt anyone. But I think this might be a response to that, but it may also be a hint that they're actually going to be dropping the tour somewhere, because there's been talk, because Paramount didn't want it, or she asked for too much money. Maybe they wanted it, but then she asked for more money than they got for Madame X. So that apparently fell through. So she was talking about people. Now, Netflix is doing a documentary on Madonna this month, apparently. So maybe it's just letting us know that they're actually going to release something soon, but you'd think it would end with, streaming next month or something, but there's nothing like that on the end of it. And it's pretty basic. It's basically 11 minutes. It's just your usual backstage stuff we've seen on every tour. Dancers running around and getting dressed, Madonna preparing, doing the choreography, basically being involved in everything, doing the costumes, trying on costumes, stuff like that. And there's even the obligatory scene where someone says how she works harder than everyone else, and she works harder than all the young people, and they're all trying to keep up with her. And then there's a scene where she's like yelling at people because, God, you just want me to give everything, you want me to work my ass off. And it's like they just used the same script from the last behind the scenes video they did, and it just was really repetitive. And they show I think it's all about Rio, but they don't really show any of the specifics of that tour and putting that together versus the other tours. So there's really nothing much other than altering the hideous corset, which was done in the flag colours or something, and it just looks awful. But they made it look better, thank God, because the first one looked really awful, and they actually did fix it a bit. You can't really do anything with those colours, because Vogue, it's not supposed to have colour. So there's that. And they show the girl who did drag. I guess she's not a girl, but the drag, she's just like, I love Madonna. She's the greatest thing ever, and it's just the last 2 minutes is her praising how great Madonna is. And she came on for the last tour. So obviously we want a proper documentary. We want to actually see I want to see how they came up with the ideas. Like, who came up with that stupid boxing match idea? The boxers. How does that have anything to do with her life, her story, her history, her iconography, anything? It was totally random, and it just ruined a couple of songs. Where erotica as a boxing fight was this awful. I want to know how, and there were things that were great. I want to know how they came up with all the different areas and all the different scenarios, and I'm interested in that side of things, the creative side of things, not just the choreography doing this, because they're just doing the same thing over and over again every day. Like, once you put it together, once you get the ideas together, it's really just a repetition of learning it. So yeah, and then the audition process of how they got, they focused on that in the past because they were going to do a reality show about becoming a Madonna dancer, and then that failed. And I really would like a proper documentary, but we just keep getting these 10, 15-minute little things to throw on the DVD, basically. And I think it's because she kind of got burned. When she did In Bed with Madonna, she basically just handed that over to the guy and took a paycheck. And she had no control over what they actually put on, really. She acts like she was there in the studio, and she had a little bit of input, but that's it. She had no actual control. And then apparently she lost all the footage, so she can't re-edit it or do another version or make a little retroactive mini-series out of it or anything like that. It's just gone, apparently. And then she did her second documentary, which she thought, I'm going to be in control of this one, I'm going to make money out of it, I'm going to, direct it myself, have Final Cut, whatever. And no one wanted it. They had to put it on MTV because no one wanted it. I think she thought it was going to go in the cinemas, and they couldn't get a cinema release, they couldn't get a TV release, they couldn't get anything, and they just ended up putting on, I think they probably already had the DVD rights sorted out, so it went on DVD. But the only way they could really do it was to not release the concert film of the Reinvention tour, and instead they put scenes from that in the documentary and made it like in Bed with Madonna, where you had to watch in Bed with Madonna to see Blonde Ambition. So they kind of pulled that trick so they could get it released and get it on MTV. It's the only way they could pull it off. So I think she got burned by that. So the idea of doing a proper documentary, the effort to go into doing an actual documentary about putting a tour together, probably isn't going to happen anytime soon because she got burned the last time. So we'll probably never see more than just this same little behind the scenes video done for each tour. So it's a bit disappointing. I was like, oh, and then like, oh. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're ever going to see Celebration?